இப்போ லேட்டஸ்ட்டாக பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the top Hollywood celebrities வந்து they vouch for a treatment called and similarly people who are in an industry which requires over animation or over expressions, they have to go for. When it comes to Botox, a lot of people think it's a toxin, it is not safe for the patient. It's not like that. It is a toxin, but a lot of people think that robots will do the entire procedure. Abdi illa. Even for hair transplantation, what we commonly do is PRP a scam அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஆர்டிகல் எழுதியிருந்தாங்க. Yes, can achieve around 15 to 20% extra hair growth in a already. And just don't fall for what is seen in social media as trending treatments. Today, we'll see what are the top minimally invasive treatments available in the market, which is trending, which is safe, and which is more effective. So, இன்னைக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா a lot of treatments available in the market, be it for skin care or hair care, a lot of treatments available in the market. Few treatments are very trending, and some are very advanced and effective. So, இன்னைக்கு we'll see the top 10 treatments which are available and what my patients prefer to undergo in my clinic. So, the first treatment பார்த்தீங்கன்னா Radiofrequency Microneedling, or most commonly we say it as Microneedling RF, MNRF treatment சொல்லுவோம். இந்த treatmentல we use a tip which has fine needles. In the needles வந்து it goes into the skin and it deposits the radiofrequency energy, and this will help in boosting the collagen production. So, how does it help and why it is trending? See, இப்போ latestா பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the top Hollywood celebrities வந்து they vouch for a treatment called Morpheus 8, that is nothing but Microneedling RF, which is very safe and effective way to boost the skin collagen, and thereby it tightens the pores and gives a very smooth texture to the skin and lifts the sagging skin. So, a person who is losing weight or has lost weight, avanga skin vandu sag aayirukku appadina, they can undergo this treatment and thereby they will get a very smooth skin which is lifted. So, next, idu why they love it? Simple, it is very effective. One, ரெண்டாவது downtime is very less for this treatment. So, 1 or 2 days they can get back to their normal work, and it has to be repeated. Adha nam purinjukano, it requires multiple sittings for this treatment to be effective. So, that's why people love this treatment, one for its effectiveness and second for the safety. Next line of treatments பார்த்தீங்கன்னா laser based treatments. இதில் வந்து the most commonly done lasers என்னென்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஒன்று laser hair reduction, second is carbon dioxide laser to reduce the scars, third வந்து Q-switch Nd:YAG or pico lasers to reduce the pigmentations. The most commonly done பார்த்தீங்கன்னா laser hair reduction. What patients come for is removal of unwanted hair. அதுக்கு நாங்கள் என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா diode lasers, which is very painless and it is very effective. It requires multiple sittings. For example, face na 6 to 8 sittings தேவைப்படும், underarms na 4 to 6 sittings தேவைப்படும், whole body na again 8 to 10 sessions will be needed. Based on the patient's medical conditions, results are more predictable. If patient has hypothyroidism or PCOS, results will be little lesser and they might require more sittings. But why patients love is, it is a painless procedure to get rid of unwanted hairs. Next பார்த்தீங்கன்னா carbon dioxide laser. இதில் என்னன்னா, in carbon dioxide laser, the laser hits the skin and removes the dead cell off, and thereby it can help in reducing the pigmentation, reduces the superficial scars basically, and also reduces the pore size. But only drawback is the downtime is little longer in this. Roughly around 5 to 7 days patient has to be accepting their little bit soot and laser marks irukum. So, they have to use a good moisturizer and a sunscreen to prevent any unwanted pigmentations, and they have to be on a regular follow-up with the doctor to get it treated. Otherwise, it is very effective for scar management. Third most common thing பார்த்தீங்கன்னா pigmentations. Most of the patients will have uneven skin tone, lot of tans, suntan or pigmentation due to sun exposure. Third, அதே மாதிரி melasma, which is hormonal changes which leads to pigmentation in the skin. இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் we can use a pico laser, which is the latest trending one. So, this will break the pigmentations and gives a more even skin tone for the patient. Again, you have to use multiple sittings and use a good sunscreen and a moisturizer to prevent the pigmentation from coming back. Same laser can also be used as a laser toning facial, wherein we use a carbon a peel or a carbon cream applied on the skin, then we shoot this laser. So, thereby it helps in evening out the superficial skin pigmentations. So thereby it gives a good glow to the skin. So why patients love laser treatments are, it is very safe and effective way to undergo these treatments, and it has to be done only under the supervision of the doctors to avoid complications. And third minimally invasive treatments pathina, thread lift. See, a lot of people have sagging skin due to aging or due to weight loss. Upon the skin sag agumbodhu, they try to get it fixed by many treatments, many non-invasive treatments like RF or microneedling or dermapen treatments and the mari. In this, the latest is a thread lift. The threads can be of two types. One is a monofilament, which is like a fine thread, and second is barbed threads. Basically, it will have barbed wires kind of thing. So this thread, when placed beneath the skin and pulled up, it can give a lift to the sagging skin. It is not an alternative for a surgical facelift, but still it is quite effective, and patients can go for this treatment if they require a lift for the sagging skin. Also, the thread which is placed inside will boost collagen production, thereby it gives a more smoother and even skin, and now we have threads which have hyaluronic acid in it, which also helps in hydrating the skin. So thread lifts are more trending nowadays, and patients can go for it, but under the supervision of a surgeon. Then comes Botox and filler treatments. When it comes to Botox, a lot of people think it's a toxin, it is not safe for the patient. It's not like that. It is a toxin, but it helps in getting the unwanted or overexpressive muscles to act in a very normal way. So thereby we can reduce the fine lines which are developing on the face in a much earlier age. And similarly, people who are in the industry which requires over animation or over expressions, they have to go for this Botox in a much earlier age group, so that they can prevent permanent lines forming in the skin. So this will help in giving a very smoother skin and also a youthful skin for a longer duration. When it comes to fillers, fillers are another part of injectables where a hyaluronic acid compound is injected into the skin. It can be either to improve the volume of the face. Basically, some people have volume loss, it might look little awkward, or some people they want to augment or enhance the volume, like lip fillers or chin augmentation or cheek augmentation. For those also we can use fillers, which helps in improving the facial volumes. The fillers will last for roughly 6 to 9 months depending on the fillers, and more stronger fillers will last for up to a year or two. So this has to be repeated. Similarly, Botox also has to be repeated once in 3 to 6 months to maintain the result. But these two treatments are the best anti-aging treatments currently available in the cosmetic industry. The next in line is non-surgical body contouring. See, nowadays people have a lot of options. They want to look slimmer, but they don't want to go under the knife. So they look for non-surgical fat loss treatments, and in this the trending treatments are CoolSculpting, where the fat is freezed and destroyed, and thereby the fat gets broken down and absorbed in the body. So this method has been tried for longer duration for fat which is less than 10 centimeter skin fold thickness. Basically, a minimal to moderate fat deposition can be treated with CoolSculpting treatments. The next is radiofrequency treatment. Again, this will also help in breaking down the fat by heat energy, and thereby patients can achieve a slimmed look. But are they replacement for a surgical option? No, because even today the gold standard treatment to reduce the fat or remove the fat is liposuction, wherein we use smaller cannulas to break the fat and then suck out the fat, so that patient will get a good result when it comes to body contouring. If patient has a sagging skin, then we have to combine these procedures with either a abdominoplasty, or depending on the location, if it is going to be arm, we do a brachyplasty, if it is going to be thigh, we do a thigh lift surgeries, so that a patient gets a much contoured and a firm skin. So the next in trending pathina, robotic-assisted treatments. Idhila a lot of people think that robots will do the entire procedure. Abdi illa. Even for hair transplantation, what we commonly do, robots have come into vogue. But what robot does pathina, it helps in identifying a good graft and also helps in harvesting of the graft. But implantation, hairline marking, everything will be done by the surgeon. So robots are only there to aid or help the surgeon to better the results and not to replace the surgeons. Next in line is the PRP treatments. Now, this is the most commonly trending treatment, and in recent Times of India article is PRP a scam abdinu or article eludhirundanga. Yes, PRP is a scientific way of treating a lot of issues. For example, platelets growth factors will help in improving the hair growth, improve the skin tone and texture. But when it becomes a scam, if it is not done with the right indication, அதாவது தேவையில்லாத ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் தேவையில்லாத இண்டிகேஷன்ஸ்க்கு பிஆர்பியை சொல்கிறது. அதே மாதிரி they do in excessive, அதாவது ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் if the patient requires only 3 to 4 settings, சும்மா 20 sessions கொடுக்கிறது, charging exorbitantly, using a very cheap kits, இது எல்லாமே is a scam. But scientifically we use PRP for hair regrowth, wherein we take patient's own blood, get 3 to 4 ml of PRP concentrated, and the PRP if we inject into the scalp, we can achieve around 15 to 20% extra hair growth in a already medically managed hair loss patient. So adanal PRP is not a standalone treatment, and PRP eduthalum you have to take medications, and you can't overuse PRP. So if you want to be safe and don't want to get scammed by this PRP promises, approach the right professional and get it treated. இதே PRP can also be used for skin management, skin treatments. இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நிறைய போர்ஸ் இருக்குது, இல்லை ஸ்கின் வந்து ரொம்ப டல்லாக இருக்குன்னா we can use PRP, and the growth factors will help in improving the skin tone and also reduce the pores, and it helps in better management of skin issues. And இதுலேயும் நீங்கள் have to understand medications and other skin routine has to be followed along with PRP management. நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மினிமலி இன்வேசிவ் பாடி கான்டூரிங் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்ஸ். இப்போ நம்ம முன்னாடியே பார்த்த மாதிரி ரேடியோ ஃப்ரீக்வன்சி எனர்ஜி ஆர் கூல் ஸ்கல்ப்டிங் இதெல்லாம் இருந்தாலும் there are new technologies where we use a probe, அதாவது BodyTite அப்படின்னு ஒரு ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் இருக்குது. அதில் என்னென்னா we use a probe which is passed into the skin, and மேலே இருந்து we deliver the radio frequency energy. So the fat which is present between the probe depth and the superficial tip will be broken down, and thereby that extra fat can be removed. So இதெல்லாம் வந்து it helps in removing the fat. Also the radio frequency energy helps in tightening the skin. So both the treatments are achieved in single procedure. So this is very safe and effective. It gives a very natural looking body contouring and skin tightening. Next பார்த்தீங்கன்னா derma pen treatment. இது என்னன்னா வெறும் நீட்லிங், அதாவது microneedling RFல we use the needles along with radio frequency energy, whereas in derma pen we just use the needling concept which will cause multiple pores or channels into the skin. Adu valiya we use serums depending on the requirement. For example, if a patient has a lot of acne, we use a retinol based serums, or if patient is looking for brightening, we use brightening serums or an antioxidant cocktail serum, so that the skin texture gets smoothened out, the unevenness is reduced, and also it helps in reducing the pores and pigmentation. It is very safe and it can be done on any skin type, but it requires multiple settings and less invasive and less traumatic than a much more stronger MNRF treatments. இதில் வந்து ஒரு மெயின் அட்வான்டேஜ் என்னன்னா recovery is much faster. 1 or 2 days patients can get back to the normal work, and repeating the treatments we generally ask them to come back after 4 to 6 weeks, and it's very safe and effective. So this can be used to treat small scars, superficial scars, stretch marks, pigmentations, and pores. Even active acne can also be treated with derma pen treatments. Next பார்த்தீங்கன்னா what is trending னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா AI-assisted planning for cosmetic procedures. So there are a lot of softwares and technologies coming up which helps in giving a roadmap. அதாவது ஒரு patient எங்கிட்ட வரும்போது we take multiple pictures and post it in the software, and it will give a outlook that after the procedure the patient will have a look similar to what you see in the screen. Advantages, both the surgeon and patient will come to know this is going to be somewhat close to the reality, but disadvantages, patients might get carried away by what they see on the screen which is generated by the AI. So it has to be a balanced discussion and requires a lot of counseling to the patient about what they can expect in reality. Even though AI shows some image, what you can expect in reality when it comes to the results after the surgery. So AI is getting much better and better. We might adapt once it gets more precise. So AI as of now is used in certain indications but not for every surgical planning. So in conclusion, we have seen what has been trending when it comes to cosmetic treatments. I always tell my patients whatever trending need not be right. So, if you are looking for a cosmetic treatment, consult a right professional, get all your queries answered before you subject yourself for the procedure. So, that way you can enjoy the safe transformation and just do not fall for what is seen in social media as trending treatments or dramatic results or magical outcomes. Do not fall for those claims. The science does not believe in magic, science just believes what is right and safe for you. If you want to know more about the cosmetic treatments which are in trend and which is going to trend in future, keep following us in social media handles listed below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay connected.